entirely new look. Work is now well underway on phase 2 of the Plainmoor redevelopment plan, which incorporates new covered terracing on the popular side of the ground and a new indoor bowl centre, which is being seen as an essential ingredient.
I've always said that football at this club cannot support football at this club, so we've got to look to outside interests there for the pub, the restaurant, now the new indoor bowling rink. And really, every time we do a building of any sort here, there's got to be something non-football to help generate the income.
But the construction work doesn't end there. Torquay's reserve board has also been busy building a new hostel at the ground, which will house the club's YTS players.
We'll probably get that entire building up for about £30,000. They've begged, scraped, haven't stolen, but begged and borrowed materials, blocks, concrete, you name it, and here we are, ready to open on Saturday.
The new stand, meanwhile, is expected to be ready in time for the first home game of the season, but it's unlikely to be the last piece in the Plainmoor reconstruction jigsaw.
Already we're talking about covering the away end, I think if nothing else, simply because the two new stands are beginning to make the rest of the ground look a bit silly. So you're really forced into it. If you've got any ambition, I think the whole thing carries you along on its own momentum.
Looks good. Preparations for the BOC Transatlantic Challenge are in their following last night's friendly with Middlesbrough. The match ended in a 2-0 defeat for Torquay, but as Martin Dean reports, there was still plenty for United fans to savour.
Pre-season friendlies aren't renowned for attracting the crowds, but the presence of a certain Brian Robson was enough to guarantee a sizable turnout at Plainmoor last night. The former Manchester United and England star was invited to perform the official opening ceremony at Torquay's new youth team hostel before the game. Then it was down to the more serious business of his role as Middlesbrough's new player manager. And Torquay must have provided him with much food for thought in the opening half hour or so, as they had much the better of things. Nigerian international Chima Okori and last season's leading scorer Adrian Foster both came close to scoring before Robson decided to take matters into his own hands, showing typical determination before sliding home his first goal for his new club, with the Middlesbrough contingent in the crowd clearly hoping it'll be the first of many. The First Division side dominated proceedings after that, and it came as no great surprise when John Hendry added a second goal 13 minutes into the second half.
After restricting Cardiff City to a 1-goal advantage at Ninian Park. In fact, the goal said most of the game, and Richard Hancock should have done better with his attempted lob after 10 minutes. Ashley Bayes kept Torquay on terms when he blocked Cohen Griffiths' shot, but the keeper could do nothing about Cardiff's winner after an hour. Paul Buckle lost possession in midfield, and Bayes was caught off his line by Tony Oatway's superb 35-yard chip. Well, tonight it's Exeter City's turn to hit the cup trail. They take on Swansea in the first leg of their pitch.
Martin Dean reports.
They don't get many opportunities to write their name into the record books at Torquay United, but the appearance of Wendy Toms at Plainmoor on Saturday ensured that the club will forever be associated with one piece of sporting trivia. Wendy from Dorset became the first woman to officiate at a Football League match. It proved to be a largely uneventful debut, though Torquay manager Don O'Riordan did wonder if the lineswoman should have intervened when Rod Thomas was pulled down. But the slow-motion replay suggests she was right not to question Clive Wilkes' decision to award a penalty rather than a free kick on the edge of the box. It all proved academic anyway as David Curry struck the woodwork with the kick. That was one of several let-offs for Torquay, who seldom looked convincing and were perhaps a little fortunate to grab a second-half lead through Richard Hancock's. But justice was seen to be done when Derek Mountfield set up David Reeves for the equaliser 15 minutes from time. But for one of the participants, the result hardly mattered.
I very much enjoyed it. A bit nervous coming out, but once the game got on the way, within the 5 minutes I was concentrating on the game. Forgot all about everything else. It's a very simple game, football. If you go by the rules, you can't go wrong.
More ground. Had an excellent chance of making it through to the second round. They had just a 1-goal deficit to make up against Cardiff, and our commentator is Martin Dean.
Well, there's a feeling here at Plainmoor that this might just be Torquay United's year. Certainly the signs have been encouraging so far. The club recently announced record profits. Stage 2 of the ground redevelopment programme is almost complete. Things seem to be going pretty well on the pitch. Well, much of the credit for that must go to player manager Don O'Riordan, who's managed to assemble a talented squad without spending a penny in transfer fees. O'Riordan's decided to leave himself out of the Torquay lineup for tonight's game. He's replaced by winger Ian Hathaway as Torquay opt for a more attacking formation in the hope of pulling back the 1-goal deficit from the first leg. Central defender Lee Barrow keeps his place, holding off the challenge of Darren Moore, who's available again after completing a 3-match suspension. Well, Barrow's battle with Cardiff striker Phil Stant could be critical. Stant still banging in the goals with monotonous regularity at the age of 31. Cardiff are now trying to persuade him to sign a new contract. Plenty of selection problems for Cardiff manager Eddie May tonight. Welsh international Mark Azelwood, defender Jason Perry, and wingers Cohen Griffith and Wayne Faraday are among 8 first-team players ruled out through injury. So May is forced to rely on the club's youngsters, with 3 teenagers included in the back 4. Well, the match referee Paul Baines about to get proceedings underway. Bright sunshine here at Plainmoor. These tees in bright sunshine. Half the pitch, of course, covered in shadow. It's Torquay United get this second leg underway. They trail, of course, by that single goal from the first leg at Ninian Park a week ago. Will be anxious to get that back as quickly as they can. But, of course, they must guard against conceding an away goal in this tie, because in the event of the scores being level at the end of extra time, that could take it Cardiff's way. Torquay immediately on the attack. Ian Hathaway launching the ball high. Curry trying to get underneath it. Buckle playing it forward. Same for Richard Hancock, who'll do well to keep that in play. In fact, the ball drifting out on the far side. Quite a blustery wind here this evening, and that's going to make life just a little bit difficult. And possibly rain forecast for later. So a fair mixture of weather. I wonder if we'll get a fair mixture of entertainment as well. Stant in the action. Giving away the throw-in. Chris Curran taking the long one, looking for Hancock's. The space to turn. Now Curry finding Buckle. Let's play forward for Hathaway, who's got away well on that left-hand touchline. Scott Stamps playing it inside for Trollope. And now Hathaway going for the return. Cross charge down. Torquay doing all the attacking in these early stages. Aimed in towards a Curry. It was over him, and David Williams let it go out for the goal kick. Lee Barrow. A good start to the season. He really was seen as just a replacement for Darren Moore while he served out that 3-match suspension, but he's played one in all 3 games so far. Keeps his place on merit. Oakway knocking it forward. Stant with a little flick on. Now Dale. Stant again. Richardson had made the run through the middle, but well spotted by Lee Barrow. Now Goodrich. A little bit of space for him to operate in. Nice ball too for Richard Hancock. Trollope is in the middle. So too is a Curry. Well, the shot this time slightly. Well, a good break from Torquay. Goodrich again causing problems. A lovely ball through for Richard Hancock. Got a Curry and Trollope in the middle, but they've got in each other's way rather. In any case, the linesman's flag up for offside. Good flick on by Dale. That will go straight through to Ashley Bayes. Brazilian with the challenge. Now Street. They should have got it away. Hancock's half charging it down. Dale looking to get it down the line. Now Street. Everyone should cut that one out, leaving it for Bayes. Just a moment's of hesitation in the Torquay defence. Calls for handball. Leons is the referee. Oakway's made a good run. Good challenge, though, from Chris Curran. Well, Tony Oakway scored the goal in the first leg, and signs are that it could be a danger tonight. Aimed in towards Stant. Torquay not getting it clear. This is Bird with the chop. Well saved by Ashley Bayes. Torquay now with an opportunity to get it away. Only as far, though, as Evans. Aimed in towards Oakway. Buckle getting a foot in. Trollope challenging for it. And still the ball not clear. Stant looking for Dale. Now Oakway. Forced to backpedal. This is Street. Aimed in towards Stant, who's onside. Appeals for handball. And This time the referee will give the free kick. Just signs Torquay's defence were a little bit asleep there. Ball floated in towards Phil Stant. He was onside, but didn't control the ball very well. Hancock's finding Goodrich. Curry's well forward. Goodrich looking to deliver the cross now towards the far post. Hathaway coming in on it, keeps it in play well. And Hancock's putting it just agonisingly wide of the post. That's the best chance of the game so far for Richard Hancock's. Goodrich delivering a lovely cross, deep, picked up by Ian Hathaway on the far side. He cut inside, laid it back well. Hancock's, well, perhaps should have scored. Only just wide of the target, though. Buckle getting it forward to Goodrich. Now Trollope. Looking for a Curry. Finding Buckle. And Curry's gone for the return ball. Chance here. And the shot well saved by David Williams. Just signs that Torquay United are beginning to open up a few gaps in the Cardiff defence now. Lovely ball through from Paul Buckle. Curry opting for the first-time shot. Well saved by David Williams. Turning well. Stump's recovering quite well and then losing out again. Fortunately for Torquay, Paul Trollope is there, getting them all clear. Now Richardson playing it through. It'll be comfortable for Bays. Same towards a Curry. He jumps well. Can't quite get it through to Hancock's. Curran. And Stump's knocking it forward. Falls for Hathaway. Now Hancock's again. Curry. Trollope in the middle. That will come for Goodrich. Can he score now? Yes, he can. Gregory Goodrich puts Torquay United back on terms. Does a splendid handstand as well. Well, that's just the breakthrough they wanted. Curry getting the ball in, Trollope in there. It came to Goodrich, he kept his head well and then just squeezed it into the corner. And Torquay United back on level terms through Gregory Goodrich. 1-0 on the night, 1-1 on aggregate. The Barbados international threatened quite a lot down that right-hand flank, getting in well for that equaliser. Hathaway getting the ball forward towards a Curry. Made inside for Hancock's. Spread wide for Goodrich, who'll do well to make that one. Let's make some good ground though. Cross in first time towards Buckle. And out for the corner again. This time it was Oakway who came back to do the defensive work. He's certainly switching the attack well. Goodrich then with the corner. Can he get his range right this time? Again towards that far post. Again Barrow coming in on it. And not too far wide this time. Well, plan A works at last. Barrow getting on the end of that one. Goodrich getting the distance a little better. Barrow in with a header right across the face of that goal. Wide of that far post. Well, manager Dan O'Riordan will be reasonably happy, I would think, with his first half performance. Certainly the way that Torquay have attacked. A little bit concerned about his defensive qualities, though. Evans then with the free kick. Floated in towards Brazil, who gets the header in. Now Stant, and Phil Stant makes it 1-1 on the night. 2-1 to Cardiff. He was always going to be the danger man, Phil Stant. Popping up in the right place at the right time. Evans with a long free kick. Brazil just getting a header on it. Bounced rather fortuitously for Stant, but he made no mistake, did he? Well, that's Phil Stant's third goal of the season. You can can see now why Cardiff City are quite anxious to get him under a new contract. He makes the score 1-1 on the night. Of course, Cardiff 2-1 ahead on aggregate, and with that vital away goal. Hathaway popping up on the opposite wing, looking to get away through, and wins the free kick. Torquay will be anxious to hit back immediately, and they do need to score twice now. Buckle curling the ball in. And that was Hancock's with the acrobatic shot, and what a response from Torquay. Well, I have to say, that could be an early candidate for West Country's Golden Goals competition. Richard Hancock's, well, the ball just coming out to him on the edge of the penalty area, right over the head, under the crossbar. David Williams left palming at thin air. Hancock's, it's his second goal in as many games. I don't suppose he'll score many in his career that will be more spectacular than that one. Torquay's response immediate. As I've said, they still need another goal if they're to progress to the second round of this competition. Oakway with the clearance, the linesman's flag up on the far side. Free kick, and Coury getting the flick on. Hancock again trying to get in there. And this time Brazil gets it away for the throw-in. Goodrich operating down the left-hand side, again with a long throw. Williams comes for it. Bird has an opportunity to get it away. Well, makes a mess of it. Goodrich will now get another chance. That long looping throw of his. Coury's on the near post. Hancock's is arriving. Stant, or rather Miller, it was who got half a clearance in. Stamps finding Goodrich. Cardiff beginning to realise that they may need to put two men on Gregory Goodrich. And some effective defending from Tony Bird. In towards Dale. Barrow is the covering player. Doesn't really get in the sort of clearance that he would have liked. Torquay still under a little bit of pressure. Curran. Oakway playing it forward first time for Stant. Bayes has come across, and Phil Stant makes it 2-2 on the night. And, well, you can't afford to give this player any space at all. Curran with the poor clearance, first time ball played in for Phil Stant, and he makes no mistake from there. And really, Torquay's defensive shortcomings tonight shown up once more. Phil Stant possibly putting the tie beyond Torquay's reach, even at this early stage. They now lead 3-2 on aggregate. Miller looking to get it forward. Rogers in with a challenge. Barrow with the header. the throw. Now Hodges. Aimed towards Okuri. Brazil underneath it. Now Hancock's looking to spread it wide for Goodrich. He's made good ground. Evans quite sure where he was, I think, to start with. Cross towards the far post. Trollope will have to work hard to retrieve that one. Support from Hodges if he wants it. Chooses to try and get the cross in instead. And Goodrich is fouled by Bird. Torquay, free kick in a dangerous position. Goodrich, a bit of a painful blow on the back of the head. I think just as he challenged for that one, Bird caught him with the elbow in the face. Whether or not that was intentional, you have to make up your own minds. Certainly, Gregory Goodrich feeling the blow. Norman Medhurst just seeing that he's okay. Torquay have a free kick in a dangerous position. Well, 4 players within striking distance. So you get the feeling it might be Trollope or Buckle will take the actual shot. Paul Trollope it is, who drives the ball in. Well watched by David Williams. It's as if he saw that a little bit late. Trollope just having the ball touched for him by Hancock, curling it round, and Williams doing quite well, really. Effort from Paul Trollope. That proves to be the final effort of an entertaining first half, if nothing else, which I'm sure will be remembered for that spectacular strike from Torquay's Richard Hancock's, but all to no avail at the moment. 2 teams level on the night, and of course that means that Cardiff are ahead on aggregate. 2-2 the score then here at half-time. Cardiff lead 3-2 on aggregate. Join us again after the break. The long clearance in towards Miller. And Dale laying it off for Miller again, trying the shot. Forward to Stant. And Scott Stamps is in the way this time. This is Evans. Bird trying to get on the end of that one, and just a little nudge in the back on Kevin Hodges. Torquay can relieve the pressure. Torquay know now that they've really got to go all out for attack. Stamps with the throw. Hancock's looking to lay it off towards Trollope. Away though by Richardson. Buckle coming back to help out. Coming back to his goalkeeper. Richardson gets it away. His father was Barrow. And now Street playing it forward. Goodrich looking to get the cross in towards Okuri, away by Young. And Hodges playing it forward. Okuri trying to churn. Still Torquay apply the pressure. Goodrich quite getting the luck of the bounce there. And Street getting involved in a bit of a tangle. Street with the free kick. Miller just about keeping it in play, but giving the ball away. And Goodrich looking to play it forward to Okuri, who's onside. What can Chima Okuri do here? Hancock's. That's number 3. Well, a lovely move. And Richard Hancock gets his 2nd goal of the game. A little less spectacular than the first, but nonetheless welcome for the Torquay fans. Goodrich playing the ball through. Okuri had stayed onside. Husband's flag stayed down, laying it off unselfishly for Hancock's. He made no mistake, did he? So Richard Hancock's giving this intriguing tie another twist. It's Torquay now know that they can go forward in search of the winner, but know that, unlike on the previous two occasions when they've gone ahead tonight, they mustn't leave any gaps at the back. Evans with the throw. Stunt, trying to lay it off for Bird. Torquay have the throw. Curran anxious to get on with things. There's Young underneath that one. And Richardson. Running it through towards Stant. Does well to hook it forward, and Bayes has to come for it. Does well. Brave save from Ashley Bayes. Stant just making his presence felt. And Bayes had to come out and just stop it from Carl Dale. Just giving himself a pat on the chest as opposed to the back. Poor clearance from Williams. A long throw aimed towards Akuri. Away by Young. And Curran turning it back to his goalkeeper. Long clearance for Goodrich to chase. Goodrich getting in well ahead of Street. And turning inside now. Cross coming in towards Akuri. Brazil acrobatic with the header. The pace of Torquay's attack really catching Cardiff out. Patricia Wen getting away down that right-hand side, turning inside well. Cross not a bad one, but Brazil able to just get it away for the corner. Goodrich then driving the corner in towards the near post this time. Young underneath it. Back in by Buckle. And now Street. Going to play it out again for the corner. Torquay with plenty of players forward. Chris Curran in the box. So too is Lee Barrow. Goodrich plays it short for Akuri. It's the return ball. Cross in now. Curran laying it off for Trollope. Oh, not too far wide from Paul Trollope. And Torquay varying the routine at the corner to good effect. Goodrich just playing it short this time. It's the return from Akuri. Ball driven in. Chris Curran, I think it was, who just played it through to Trollope. Turned well. Wow. Very close to that far post. Stumps with a header forward. Picked up by Oatway. Hathaway going with him. Now Bird. A challenge from Paul Trollope. Richardson. Again Trollope in with the challenge. Hathaway gets it forward. Picked up by Young. Swing for Street. Gets it forward to Stant. Miller is outside him. Driving the cross in now towards Richardson. Stant laying it off for him. Richardson with a try, and Bayes makes the save. Bird comes in. Bayes another save. An incredible action in that goal mouth. And Ashley Bayes rescuing Torquay with two breathless saves in quick succession. Well, that was the first effort from Richardson, beaten out by Bayes. It came to Bird. Somehow Bayes was up again, pushing it away, and then Richardson misdirecting the header. Let off for Torquay. Evans getting it forward to Dale. And I think if Torquay United are to go through tonight, then they'll certainly have Ashley Bayes to thank. Two superb saves in quick succession there. Hathaway laying it forward for Akuri, who's unmarked on this left-hand side. Too much support in the middle. Trying to put it through towards Hancock's, but Cardiff concede the corner. You get the feeling that Cardiff are just beginning to feel the pressure a little bit. Buckle then with the corner. Floated in towards Okuri, away by Young. Third wide, and Buckle is offside. Can't quite believe it. Poor clearance from Williams. It's gone over the roof of the new stand here. You can see where we are, perched right on the roof. At least it's dry here. Hayes with the long clearance. Brazil underneath it. Buckle getting it forward and getting a bang on the head at the same time. He and Oakway both down. And referee Paul Baines stopping play as they both go down, clutching the head. Almost as if there was a bit of synchronisation in the way they both went down there, wasn't it? And painful nonetheless. Both going for the ball together, and crack. Really, rather as if Buckle got the worst of it. Well, the ball being played back to Williams. Cardiff in possession when the referee stopped play. A little under 20 minutes of normal time remaining. Torquay still leading by 3-2 on the night. 3-all on aggregate. Evans looking to play it through. Curran comfortably getting the ball away. Just a bit of a delay getting the ball back from the crowd. I think they were having a kick around at the back of the stand or something. They can now continue. Evans with the throw. Bird trying to create a little bit of space. Finding too many Torquay players around him. Torquay get the free kick. Stumps is brought down. Bayes has come a long way out to take it. Clean ball struck towards Okuri. Flick on from him. Hancock coming in on it. And he completes his hat-trick in some style. Well, his first half strike was a classic, and that was another one. Richard Hancock's. I think I'm right in saying that's his first hat-trick. Couldn't have been better, could it? Okuri getting the little flick on. Hancock striking it first time, and despite Williams' brave attempt, there it is in the back of the net. Curran. Trollope. He almost caught that ball. I don't think he's got much chance of getting away with that. And one of those silly moments that you get in football. Poor Buckle instinctively kicking the ball away, and he'll be shown the yellow card for that. Well, the referee applying the laws as he must. I think, as I say, it was probably just instinct from Buckle. It does tend to waste a bit of time. Torquay will be more worried about the free kick at the moment. Oakway floating it towards Miller on that far side. He doesn't make contact. Torquay have the throw. Challenge. Cardiff anxious to get on with things now. Seconds ticking away for them. Hathaway turning well, trying to set Hancock's away. Young goes with him. He's got help from Goodrich, who's come across to the left-hand side this time, but Hancock decides he doesn't really need him. Now Buckle. Play back for Trollope. Well to try the shot from there. Cleared the houses. Far end of the ground. It's laid back to him by Paul Buckle. Trollope electing for the shot, getting right underneath it. Williams then driving it downfield. One for Miller to chase. He's nudging Hodges. Hodges getting the free kick. Quite a little battle over on that far side between Miller and Hodges. And the substitution about to be made. Adams is on, replacing Danny Street. Had a pretty torrid evening, really. Richardson getting it forward. Hodges in with the clearance. Buckle just knocking it forward. Now Akuri finding Goodrich. Trying to set Hancock's away. That's the better of Young again. Hancock's getting into the box. Was he pulled back? Well, it certainly looked to me as if there was a bit of arm pulling going on there. Torquay players didn't react too strongly to it. But Hancock's just getting away from his marker. And then, was he pulled back there? Well, the referee says no. It was a good position, Mr. Baines. Williams with the long clearance then. Bird just being held by Stamps. Oh, they have the free kick. Driven in towards Stanton, well saved by Ashley Bayes once again. Well, Phil Stant coming close to getting a hat-trick, which could have taken this game into extra time. Driven in towards him, climbed well for the header, but Bayes watching it all the way. Miller with a long throw, aimed towards Dale. Well read. Now Akuri, laid off for Hathaway. Played through the middle. Hancock's had made a great run, but unfortunately for him, Young in the way. And Barrow just delaying a little bit on that. Oatway trying to thread it through. Barrow recovering well. Now Hathaway, played wide for Goodrich. Looking to take on the Cardiff defence once more. This time it's Oatway in the way. Goodrich still challenging for it. Buckle used a lot of work in midfield, Paul Buckle. Getting a nudge from Adams. Having a word about it as well. Into injury time now. Torquay will want to just take their time over this free kick. Mr. Baines telling them to get on with it. Buckle playing it forward for Akuri. To hold this ball up in the corner. Challenged by Miller. And they're just looking to hold him off. And in the end, Akuri giving away the foul. Williams with a clearance, and that's into touch, and there goes the final whistle. Torquay United score a famous victory over their second division opponents. Tremendous night of entertainment, capped by a superb hat-trick from Richard Hancock. Two classic goals from him, enough to see Torquay through to the second round of the Coca-Cola Cup. The final score here at Plainmoor, Torquay United winning by 4 goals to 2 on the night. They go through 4-3 on aggregate.
So, a great night for Torquay United. They're now guaranteed a tie against one of the country's top teams, and you can see that draw live here on West Country at 7.
Their splendid start to the season in the 3rd Division's match of the day against Fulham at Plainmoor. Dropped points at home probably cost Torquay promotion last season. They're determined to avoid a repeat of those problems this time.
I want to try and make Plainmoor a bit of a fortress if we can. We've started off the season quite well, and as I say, Saturday will be a good test, and it'll give me an idea as to sort of the measure with the top teams in the league this year, and hopefully we'll still be top of the league on Saturday.
Having at last picked up that elusive first victory, Exeter City will be anxious to... We're expecting a tough game against unbeaten Fulham, and their task was made that much harder when the visitors took the lead through Kevin Moore after Torquay had failed to clear a corner. But United, who'd had much the better of things up until then, were soon back on level terms, Scott Stamps scoring his first goal for the club. And 3 minutes later, they were in front. Hancock has got away from his marker. He's got a Curry in the middle. A Curry! And Torquay make it 2-1. Well, Torquay managed to hang on to that advantage despite suffering 2 major setbacks in the second half. First, skipper Chris Curran was sent off for a second bookable offence, leaving Torquay to play the last 20 minutes with 10 men. And then player-manager Don O'Riordan had to be carried off following a fierce challenge from Michael Myson. O'Riordan will see a specialist tonight, but there are fears that he could be out for a month with damaged ankle ligaments. Exeter City continued their revival with their second win of the week. Mark Cooper latched on to Tony Thirlby.
Much better performance. Well, Torquay United and Exeter City were also in action last night, but they found 3rd Division points hard to come by. Torquay did manage 1 at Hereford, although it was gained at some cost. 3 days after their only defeat of the season, and Torquay looked in trouble again at Edgar Street. Plymouth Argyle failed to tempt Steve White to home park, and their loss is clearly Hereford's gain as the former Swindon striker fired home his 4th goal in as many games. The situation worsened when this rash challenge by skipper Chris Curran in the 81st minute earned him his 2nd red card in 10 days. But the inspirational skills of West Indian wizard Gregory Goodridge again came to Torquay's rescue. He offered the Premiership clubs tracking him another quality reminder of his ability with a superb equaliser. But the exuberant celebrations had barely subsided when Torquay were dealt a serious blow. Gareth Davis was sent off for his late lunge at goalkeeper Ashley Bayes, who was stretchered off and needed 13 stitches in a gashed groin. It took just 8 minutes for Chesterfield to nudge Exeter City towards their 5th consecutive away defeat.
Going ahead with a Paul Trollope goal after just 2 minutes. But they never quite managed to impose their authority on the game after that. Steve Whitten headed home a 63rd minute equaliser from Trevor Putney's cross, but Torquay was soon in front again, Richard Hancock's claiming his 7th goal of the season with a looping header from Paul Buckle's cross. The seesaw pattern continued with Colchester levelling again, this time through Steve Brown. But Torquay could and should have sewn things up 2 minutes from time. Other way then with the free kick. Curled in amongst those bodies, Cheese right up, Hancock's with the header, Derby will finish it off. But Torquay should have known better.